Kuzampula, Namaste, good morning to all respected online viewers. Long live their majesties, long live our leaders, and long live our friendship. Welcome to this online Ayurveda and Yoga workshop, Embassy of India, Thimpu, ICCR's Nehru Wangchuk Culture Center. Yoga teacher, I'm KVSSN Murthy here. My true prayers to the Almighty to see all the best things to their majesties in the whole Bhutan. So coming to recitation, because of this importance of this recitation from Hataya Pradipka, I would like to recite it again. Kshaya Kusta Guda Varta Gulma Ajirna Purogamaha Tasya Dosha Kshaya Yanti Mahamudrantayo Abhyaset. It is saying that abdominal disorders, lung disorders, Kegel region disorders and skin disorders are all terminated because of Mahamudra practice. So one of the advanced practices in the Hatha Yoga. So very simple, actually practice is very simple. In coming days I will demonstrate on that. Also it is saying that Mahamudra is a practice, it rapidly eliminates the mental depression as it removes the energy blockages in the pranic channels, pranic flow of the pranic energy channels. So actually all the problems actually arise with these blockages of the pranic channels, energetic channels. So coming to the practices, also it is saying that it is very simple and effective practices just before the meditational practices. So the people who wants to do good meditations, the people who wants to concentrate the mind on the target, so Mahamudra Abhyas is a very important thing with the practices of bandhas and mudras also. One should learn this Mahamudra practice after learning pranayam and like some kind of retention techniques in the breath. So it's very simple practice as its applications also towards our Ayurveda. It is saying that Kshaya Kusta Gudavarta Gulma Ajirna Rogaha Nihanti means Kshaya means lung disorders, Kusta means all skin disorders including leprosy, Gudavarta means Kegel region diseases and disorders, and Gulma Ajirna, so it's a kind of indigestional and indigestional related things, as well as it's abdominal diseases and disorders also. Okay, coming to the practices of our simple protocols for the COVID. So always try to follow safe physical distancing when you are going outside. Do not touch any kind of surfaces outside. Always try to cover your face with masks and ear caps, and properly cover with total big covers to the facial organs. When you are coming back to the home, please wash them properly, and gargling of the water by adding salt or by adding Estimadu powder or triple of for the throat cleaning also recommended, and nozzle applications called Anutaila or Shadbindu Taila. These two are Ayurvedic preparatory oils. This is also very good for in the balancing of mucus layers. Steam inhalation by adding ajwain seed oil or eucalyptus oil also recommended, or plain steam inhalation 3 to 4 times in a day when you are, especially when you are coming back to the home. Please follow these simple observations. Every day sleep required 6 to 8 hours of sleep required. When you are more active in front of the screens and mobiles, 1 more hour required. That's especially in the afternoon power nap or yoga nidra abhyas before lunch hour. And coming to the physical exercises, morning half an hour, evening half an hour physical exercises required, including back bends and including inverted postures also. And cloves powder and honey also recommended to prevent the dry cough. But if your dry cough is beyond the limits of these practices, immediately consult doctor. But do not opt self-medication. Don't go for the medical shops. Don't take medicines as your own. That may cause further issues. And coming to the in regular home Ayurvedic remedies in your diets, please add turmeric, garlic, ginger, ajwain, if possible jaljeera powder, and cumin, cinnamon and coriander, ilachi and jaggery, honey, pepper and cloves, and also shilajit, local shilajit and cordyceps and Chyawanprash. These are very simple Ayurvedic home remedies to boost up the immunity, to somewhat to give good balance inside the blood and enzymes. So today's our topic is corns and the one kind of skin disorder called corns or callus. So if the corn is very small in shape, that's called as corn. If that is a widely spread, that's called as callus. So in Ayurveda, it's also called as Kadara. Kadaram or Kadara. It's because of internal wind imbalance as well as internal phlegm imbalance. So it may arise for the people who are having these two doshas, Vata dosha and Kapha dosha. So it is also varied from people to people. Those who are having bunyan and hammer toe and bone spurs. So especially for these people, this corn and callus are somewhat different shapes, and it can be chronic also. But in general, the people who are doing hard works, it can be happened because of over strain on the affected area. It can be like because of over friction or rupture of that concerned body organs. Especially these corns will come on the palms as well as under the feet. The people who are doing more cycling exercise, for them commonly we can see this kind of small corn shapes under the feet and on the palms. Also the people who are doing the physical workouts without having any gloves, without having proper shoes, for those also these are very common. For this in Ayurveda we have many preparations, Vatari Gugullu and Marichadi Thailam. These are very simple applications to moisture the skin as well as to give somewhat healthy balance on the skin. But plus we have very simple Ayurvedic home remedies. So first of all, before your bath, try to walk barefoot on the sand towards the river banks or seashore. So here these two river banks or seashore, both are somewhat impossible to the people, so that you can take some sand like 2 kgs or 3 kgs sand, just try to spread it on the floor and try to walk on the sand with the barefoot. That's a very simple application, walking on the sand. Like after that you can wash your feet with a pumice like a stone or any rough stone to just polish the feet. Very simple application is walk on the sand. It's a first application. Second application is walking on the pebble stones. Walking on the pebble stones also giving good effect. It will improve the blood circulation, and also it will somewhat cover the rough skin on the affected area. Then second application is, so always try to see your, especially the affected areas must be with moisture. So always try to use Vaselines or any traditional form of ghee or butter. You can apply ghee or butter also on the affected areas. Or simple is use coconut oil every time when you are going to outside, especially this kind of mechanical works or driving works and cycling or gym or any physical workouts. Please apply coconut oil. After that, add socks on that. Then coming to the next application, very simple and effective Ayurvedic remedy. Take Triphala decoction, especially Triphala decoction, or plain soap water. So wash that affected area thoroughly. Then after that, take papaya milk. So if you really put a hole on the papaya fruit or papaya leaf, you can take that papaya milk with a spoon. So immediately apply that papaya milk on the affected area in just 10 minutes. Again wash it thoroughly and again try to rub it with any rough stone. So the dry skin and dead skin will be terminated and your skin will be glowing. That's a very simple application. So coming to last application, Vaseline, any Vaseline and a lemon. So try to mix it as a paste, then try to apply on the affected area. Then again with the very rough stone, just try to rub on the affected area's skin, but it must be very smooth. Then after 10 minutes to 20 minutes, again wash them properly. Then again you can clean it with a dry cloth. That's a very simple application. But here please remember, to elevate or to terminate the skin, do not apply any sharp items or knives. So many people are just trying to polish the skin with the sharp item. That is not really recommended. If you have already diabetes or any other complications, then these cons will be more. Please remember, always take medical advice also what to do for the further investigation, because some kind of cancers also will be the causing factor to give rise of these cons in the initial stages. So better to having thoroughly check up in the hospitals. Please always associate with your teachers and doctors also, and with especially yoga related people what to do better practices through Ayurveda and through yoga. So tomorrow when we are meeting in the same at the same place with the same topic, so we are seeing still more good applications for the same removing of the cords. Let's join to the yoga class now. And sun salutation is our regular practice with the mantra sadhan and the sloka and bijakshara. Right, we are doing now here. When you have your traditional belief on chanting these mantras, so you can follow or you can follow just physical exercises. So let yourself fix properly, then take a long deep inhalation and exhalation. After that, slowly lift the arms up with inhalation. Above to the head, make a press, then after that slowly bring them down at your chest. Anahata Pranamasana. Then coming to mantra chanting, sloka and bijaksharas. Om Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukham Tatvam Pushan Apavruno Satya Dharmaya Drustaye. Om Hram Hrim Hrum Hraim Hraum Raha Mitra Ravi Surya Bhanu Kagapusna Hiranya Garbha Maricha Aditya Savitra Arka Bhaskaraya Namaha. Stretch your arms forward, lift your arms up, Hasta Uttanasana. From there, once pull up yourself, then from there slightly put a back bend called Ardha Chandrasana or Ardha Chakrasana. Then slowly keep the body straight. Once pull up, then very slowly bend the body forward. But when you have lower back pains or neck issues or blood pressure or heart ailments, avoid forward bends or do any simple way of doing the same posture. Completely bend the body forward till the floor. And here, right leg is your back leg called Asva Sanchalanasana, horse riding posture. Once push yourself forward, lift the chin up. And right, back leg straight on the toes and back leg knee up against the gravity. Then slowly join the forward leg to back leg called Dandasana or Santulanasana. Then slowly push the body forward down towards the floor called Ashtanga Namaskarasana. 2 palms, 2 knees, toes and chest and forehead or chin. Then completely push the body forward, lift the chin and till the thighs up called lifted head cobra posture called Bhujangasana. Very simple posture in management of lower back pains and neck pains. And back leg straight, back leg on the toes and lift the knees up against the gravity. Push the body inside. Then again completely keep your right leg forward after Parvatasana called again Aswa Sanchalanasana, horse riding posture. And back leg straight on the toes, back leg knee up, join your back leg to the forward leg called Pada Hastasana. Then slowly lift your both the arms up, then very slowly lift them up, Hasta Uttanasana or Sarira Uttanasana. Once pull up, then slightly bend the body back as a back bend called Ardha Chandrasana or Ardha Chakrasana. Then again keep your body straight. Pranamasana above to the head, Kailash Mudra. From there to chest called Anahata Pranamasana. And lift your both the arms with inhalation. Then slowly keep them wide with exhalation. Then very slowly send them down, relaxation. Right, wide the legs, hands lock back. Then few seconds rest your body for like breathe in and breathe out. Long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. Alright, coming to the regular yoga practices. Today's our practices are related to Pavana Mukta Asana Sreni or Sukshma Yoga Vyayam. Very simple practices. It can be used as a warm-up as well as a practices also. So sit on any convenient surface and after that stretch your both the legs forward. So till last week we saw some of the exercises which are belongs to hands and shoulders and palms. So today we are seeing exercises related to legs and toes, the below parts of the body. Okay, now keep your both the legs together and keep your both the palms straight called Samasthiti or pre-position. And again long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. So when you have difficult time to sit in this posture, slightly turn the palms back and sit comfortably. Then here keep the legs together, just move the toes forward, 1, and slowly get back, breathe out. Then completely breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Last count, breathe in and slowly breathe out, coming. Now coming to completely breathe out and breathe in, movement clockwise 3 counts and anti-clockwise 3 counts. And last count, then come back. Same thing, completely breathe out, lifts and breathe in, forward stretch. 2 up and slowly come back. Last count 3 up, then slowly stretch, relaxation. Just take a long, slow inhalation, exhalation. Still further set your hands properly to sit comfortably. Then after that, keep your right leg fold inside, breathe out, then slowly breathe in, open. So take your awareness completely on the movement and on the breath and completely fold. Last count, breathe out, fold, and slowly breathe in, stretch. And here opposite side also completely breathe out and slowly breathe in, stretch. Again breathe out and breathe in, stretch. Last count, breathe out and completely breathe in, stretch. Okay, long, slow inhalation, exhalation. Again, few seconds, rest your spine, rest your arms. Right, this time also again few seconds, keep the hands slant back. You can put your hands at your thighs, keep the spine straight, or you can just make them slant also to make yourself convenient. Right, this time fold your right leg. Then after that, towards the right side, completely wide that leg and slowly get back to normal. Then again slowly inhalation and slowly come back, exhalation. Last count, completely out and slowly come straight, relaxation, enough, come back. Now open the leg. Again, feel that long, deep inhalation, exhalation, opposite side, same thing, breathe out. And open to the concerned side, breathe in, then slowly come back, breathe out. Again, second count, breathe in, then slowly come back. Last count, completely open, then very slowly come back, relaxation, enough, come back. Just take a long, slow and a deep inhalation, exhalation. Alright, next practice. If you have knee issues, better to choose proper way of practice or use kneecap or avoid practicing here. Fold right leg on the left thigh as a single leg half lotus. So here, movement of the knee about to below. 1, just hold the toes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and down, relaxation. With the same side hand, press the knee while pull the toes inside. 1, then slowly come back. 2, press and come back. 3, press and come back. Last count, 4, press, then right, come back, enough. Just long pause, inhalation and exhalation. Opposite side, same thing, fold the leg. And this time also, once keep the same side hand on the knee and completely press down and come back. 2, press, come back. 3, press, come back. Last count, press and stay. 1, 2, 3. After that, just a free movement of the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and relaxation, enough, come back. Now once relax the toes and relax the ankle, just take long inhalation and exhalation. And after quick recovery time, again fold the right leg inside, then catch the right knee with the right arm, catch the right toes and foot structure with the left hand. So here total rotation part of the hip joint. So here with lifting of the knee, breathe out, then slowly breathe in, completely down. Again completely breathe out, breathe in, down. Last count, breathe out, lifts and slowly come back, relaxation. Just long deep inhalation, exhalation. The same thing opposite side, lifts, breathe out and wide and come down, breathe in. Second count, breathe out, then slowly come back, breathe in. Last count, breathe out, then slowly come back, breathe in. Then slowly open the legs, then long, slow, deep inhalation and exhalation. Right, opposite side, same thing, fold the leg, then cross it as a lotus posture, half lotus posture. The same thing, catch the knee with the same side hand. Prepare yourself. Right, lift the knee up with breathe out and slowly come back down, breathe in. Again, breathe out, up, breathe in, down. And breathe out, up, slowly breathe in, down. Opposite side, same thing, breathe out, up, and breathe in, down. Breathe out, up, and slowly get back. Last count, breathe out, up, then slowly come back. Alright, relaxation, enough, come straight. Again, few seconds, rest your toes and rest your ankles. Just take a long, slow, deep inhalation and exhalation. Then our next posture also related to the knee fold, so that if you have knee pains or ankle pains, So better to choose proper way of doing or avoid the practice. Fold the two legs, butterfly movement. So here, keep the heels completely closer to the perineal region. So adjust your body to sit, to come forward. Then after that, observe your knees position, observe your lower back position. In this posture, many people might feel a slight inconvenience at the lower back. So that just try to lift the chest up, lift the head also up, like slightly put your body as a back bending, and the movement of the legs will be same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Enough relaxation. This time open the arms, keep them on the knees, and slightly press the knees and slowly come back. Again press the knees and come back. So last count here according to your convenience. Press the knees, keep the elbows straight and keep the body straight, and few seconds stay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relaxations. Enough. Come back. Now again keep both the legs together. So here keep the two hands slant back to the right side, to the left side. Just go for your knee turns to relax your knees, to relax your legs and hips. And 3, 4, last counts 5, then relaxation. Enough. Come back. Stretch your two legs forward. Again long slow inhalation, exhalation. Right, quick recovery time. Then our next exercise is also related to knee folding. Better to avoid if you have knee pains. So fold your right leg back, but do not sit on the leg, but few seconds press the knee and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. To give extra strain or extra pressing on the thigh and the hamstring and the calf muscle, put the same side hand on the right side on the floor. Then slightly shift your hand forward from the body. Then lift your alternate arm up. Then try to go for side bending while giving the extra pressure on the knee, and few seconds stay. If possible, you can put your right elbow also on the floor and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4 and slowly come back, and 5. Relaxation. Now wide the arm, then slowly keep the hand down and rest. Relaxation. Then slowly relax your leg and relax from the strain, and few seconds long deep slow inhalations and exhalations. Alright, opposite side same thing, and choose proper way of folding. So don't sit on the leg, but try to fold it properly. Then here few seconds stay now. Observe the pressure on the thigh and the knee and the calf region and the ankle. So put the same side hand on the left side. Just try to adjust the hand far from the body. After that, lift the alternate arm up. For the convenient bend, you can bend your below left elbow for more bending, and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then very slowly come back, release. Then very slowly wide your arm and relax the arm. Then slowly come back. Now open the leg forward. Then this time also just movement of the legs. 1, 2, 3, reverse. 1, 2. Okay, relaxation enough. Just take a long deep inhalations and exhalations. Alright, so in our next visit, next week practices in the same Pawan Muktasana series, we will see the second part of the exercises which are belongs to the legs. So okay, now coming to the pranayam exercises. So sit in any convenient comfortable posture. So half lotus or full lotus or folded leg variation or any posture, or you can sit on the chair also or on the bed. So here before pranayam, like one can easily choose proper way of drinking water. What is a small sip of water recommended for the mantra sadhan. Right, coming to the mantra abhyas, long, slow and a deep inhalation, exhalation. Om Kesavaya Swaha, Om Madhavaya Swaha, Om Narayanaya Swaha, Om Adya Samadhi Tatpala Siddhyadham Asana Purvakan Pranayamadin Karishye. Om Sand Sand Sandhi. Alright. So here mantra chanting saying that the physical practices in yoga, the practices of pranayam or meditations, all the practices related to yoga practices, not only mentioned for the physical health or material wealth. So it has a different other goal called spiritual upliftment. So for that one should always try to aware of the physical health and mental health through this yoga postures and pranayam and meditations. Okay, coming to the today's practices, like last week because of the importance of Bhastrika and the Surya Bhedana, this week also I would like to give the same practices, Bhastrika and Surya Bhedana. Two are pranayamas. Bhastrika pranayam saying that Vata Pitta Slashma Haram. It has a direct relevance towards the Ayurveda called Vata Pitta Slashma Haram Sariragni Vivardhanam. It's a Sariragni means internal fire in the sense of immunity power. And Kundalini Bodhakam Kshipram Pavanam Sukadam Hitam Brahmanadi Muke Samasta Kapadyargala Nasanam. Also saying that internal wind, internal biles and internal mucus which are going to doshas, that will be come back to normal. So it is a stabilizing point. The internal three doshas will be stabilizing because of this simple Bhastrika pranayam. And also Sariragni Vivardhana means metabolic activity rate as well as immunity rate, and as well as the internal three doshas will be totally under control. And coming to this is also saying that the people who are doing, who wants to awakening the internal dormant energies called Kundalini energy, etc. energies. So this is the very good practices. Bhastrika is a very good practices. But the way how we are doing also important. It should be always coordinated. It should be always coordinated with the bandhas and the mudras. And coming to Surya Bhedana Pranayam, it is also saying that Kapala Sodhanam Vata Doshagnam. Kapala Sodhanam Vata Doshagnam means it will rectify the wind related errors inside the skull and face. Also saying that Vata Doshagnam, totally wind related issues will be nullified inside the body also. Krimi Dosha Hrud, inside abdominal worms will be killed because of this Surya Bhedana Pranayam. Punaha Radam Karyam Surya Bhedana Uttamam. So the people who are doing this Surya Bhedana Pranayam, they will find the toughest, toughest in sense of they will experience the greatest results also. And the mentioned points also available through these practices. So coming to the practices, Bhastrika Pranayam, keep the position straight. And here I would like to do only 30 strokes, 10 strokes plus 10 strokes plus 10 strokes in Bhastrika Pranayam. It is a completely opposite side process of the Kapalabhati Kriya. But it is not Kapalabhati, it is a Bhastrika. So here keep your position straight. And now check yourself first, be very convenient. Then it's a sharp inhalation, slow breathe out, starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then long inhalation and exhalation. And second spell, coming to the second spell, starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again deep slow inhalation, complete deep breathe out. And third last spell, 10 strokes. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then long slow deep inhalation and completely deep slow breathe outs. But when you have high blood pressure or any other related things called vertigo or throwing sensations or any ailments, so choose proper way of doing, or better to take advice from your yoga teacher as well as from physician. And coming to Surya Bhedana Pranayam, it is also very simple and effective pranayam. Now coming to right hand last two fingers, open the right hand last two fingers and open the right hand thumb to close and open the nostrils purpose. So here turn towards the face. So obviously your right nostril will receive the right thumb, left nostril will receive the last two fingers to close and open purpose. Now start, close your left nostril and inhalation with the right nostril. And slowly completely breathe out with the left nostril. Again, same exercise here. Right nostril breathe in. Left nostril breathe out. Again, right nostril breathe in. And slowly, completely left nostril breathe out. Fourth count, right nostril breathe in. And slowly, completely left nostril breathe out. Last count, inhalation with the right nostril. Then completely opposite side nostril breathe out. And slowly keep the arm out. Few seconds relaxation from the practices. So here, immediately after your pranayam practices, if you know about the dharana practices, immediately you can jump towards the dharana practices or take some practices from the Trataka Abhyas, concentration practices, candle gazing or like gazing a point on the wall. So anything, you can fix any target. And right after finishing your dharana abhyasas as well as Trataka abhyasas, so coming to the yoga nidra or power nap. So do anything for at least 5 to 10 minutes time. Then after that, after finishing your total yoga practices including yoga nidra and power nap, take at least 15 minutes time to take bath and further 5 minutes time to take breakfast. That's also depend on how you are doing. In the afternoon before your lunch hour, see all the possibilities how to do a power nap or how to take a yoga nidra abhyas. Very simple and effective remedy to rejuvenate the body or to do further concentration on your further work. Basically, it is improving the productivity from you. Then coming to the evening practices, after finishing your office works and house works and garden works, sports and games works, so choose at least half an hour time to do any physical practices including yoga exercises, especially back bendings and inverted postures. So here tomorrow when we are meeting at the same place, same timing, we will see still more applications in the Ayurveda as well as in the yoga also. Thanking you all to giving me this wonderful opportunity. Stay away from the bad habits and do yoga also. Thanking you all.